For the first time ever, a jury has convicted a police officer in Colorado for not intervening during a violent arrest. The jury found Francine Martinez guilty.
That verdict coming down this afternoon. Martinez, a former Aurora police officer. The prosecutor said she didn't stop a fellow officer from brutally beating a suspect that they were trying to arrest. 9 News crime and justice reporter Matt Jablow has been following the trial. He's now live at the Arapahoe County Courthouse with an update. Matt?
Tom, an historic day today here at the Arapahoe County Courthouse. After 2 days of testimony and about 4 hours of deliberations, a jury found former Aurora police officer Francine Martinez guilty. It was the state's first ever trial involving Colorado's new failure to intervene law, which was enacted following the George Floyd protests in 2020.
Count 1, failure to intervene. We, the jury, unanimously and beyond a reasonable doubt, find the defendant, Francine Martinez, guilty of failure to intervene.
You have a gun pointed straight at your head. On July 23, 2021, Martinez responded to a call for trespassing on South Parker Road. Within minutes, another officer, John Hobart, repeatedly pistol whipped and choked the suspect, Kyle Vincent, while Vincent cried out for help. At one point, Hobart also pointed a gun at Vincent's head. Vincent was unarmed the entire time. Prosecutors say Martinez stood by during the assault, despite her legal obligation to intervene in cases like this. But Martinez's lawyer argued that Hobart attacked Vincent quickly and without warning, giving Martinez absolutely no time to stop the attack. The defense also said that Martinez and Hobart were involved in a fierce fight trying to arrest Vincent and that there was no safe time for Martinez to intervene. Clearly, the jury disagreed, finding Martinez guilty of failing to intervene. Sentencing was scheduled for June 2nd. She faces a maximum of 18 months in jail and could also be permanently barred from becoming a peace officer ever again in Colorado. Tom?
Of course, that verdict just coming down this afternoon, but the idea that this sets the standard or the precedent as far as the failure to intervene law, or at least sets part of it for some future prosecutions.
Make no mistake, Tom, this verdict today will be heard throughout Colorado, especially in legal and law enforcement circles.
All right, Matt Jablow again at the Arapahoe County Courthouse.
Let's take a live look out near Eisenhower Tunnel right now. You can see it looks like it's pretty gloomy. A little snow coming down, traffic moving pretty slowly right now as the snow begins to fall. Back here in Denver, here's a live look on downtown Denver. Just a few clouds out there right now. We know this isn't just the story, though. There is a difference between the high country and the snow when we're talking about snow, though, and that's why we want Kathy's opinion on it.
And don't forget, it's Friday, so no matter what's happening out there, at least we got through the week, right?
Yeah, we did.
Are you buffering us from some news you're about to give us?
Well,
possibly.
A little bit?
Just a little bit of news in that direction. Okay, you guys, outside we've got those cloudy skies, as you mentioned, but in spite of the cloud cover, we got a break from the wind, which felt fabulous today, and we warmed into the 50s. So a nice Friday, if you will. It's not going to last. All that snow coming down in the high country is moving into Denver and Boulder later on tonight, and it's been snowing pretty heavily up there, slowing traffic a bit with a winter weather advisory in effect. This front will be in here around 6-7 o'clock tonight. The cold air will follow, and then the snow. Out ahead of it, we're dealing with another round of severe weather from Houston to Memphis all the way into Cincinnati on a busy travel Friday. Temperatures today, 49 is not bad. We did manage low to mid 50s earlier today, close to 60 in southern Colorado and 30s in the high country with snow coming down. The worst of the wind is north of us, and we love it when we get a break from the wind. Still dealing with concerns for high fire danger in southern Colorado, where it is still windy, warm, and very dry. Winter weather advisories will continue overnight for Steamboat, Aspen Vale, and the I-70 corridor through 9 o'clock tomorrow. About 4 inches already on the ground. We'll double that amount. There may be a few sprinkles if we're lucky. Early tonight, we're going to get the drive in just fine. It's overnight tonight, probably about 9-10 o'clock. Here comes the band of snow. It looks like a good one too, and it's moving right into Metro Denver. A couple inches of wet, slushy snow, and it'll probably be snowing when you wake up tomorrow. So a lot of us have kids with outdoor sporting events in the morning. morning, and the weather will definitely be a factor for that. Low 50s with cloudy skies. We're dropping into the 40s coming up here by 9 o'clock. Details on how much snow you're going to wake up tonight to and tomorrow morning, and then winter weather advisory conditions in the high country. We're going to talk about the weekend outlook and have the forecast for the CU spring game with Coach Prime coming up in just a bit.
45,000 people interested in that forecast.
Yeah, they are.
We'll be talking about that.
Only Ralphie doesn't care.
Ralphie's
That's right.
fine.
Ralphie's like,
Dress for the weather with that wool coat there.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. All right, Kathy, thank you.
we have a new picture of the damage left behind when someone threw a rock into a woman's windshield Wednesday night in Jefferson County and killed her. Police are still looking for the people who killed Alexa Bartel. People who know her offering a bigger reward to find those responsible.
At this point, police say they don't have any leads, and this afternoon they're asking for your help. 9 News reporter Katie Eastman joins us now with a unique request from authorities. Katie.
Yeah, Kim and Tom, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office has a specific request. They're asking Tesla owners in Jeffco to check their video footage for evidence of the rock-throwing crime spree. They're asking Tesla owners specifically because their cars constantly record activity while driving, and they hope they might have seen who caused this damage. Take a look at the map Jefferson County Sheriff's Office tweeted out. These are all the locations where they say rocks were thrown on Wednesday night. There are reports of rocks thrown between 10 and 10:45 that night. The last one thrown was when Alexa Bartel was killed. Police say the 20-year-old was killed on Indiana Street when the suspects threw a rock through her windshield around 10:45 at night. The Crime Stoppers reward is at $2,000 for information that will help Jefferson County Sheriff's Office find a suspect. There's also an additional $15,000 reward from Commercial Flooring Services. That's the company Alexa's mom works for.
Oh my goodness. Well, her family is really suffering right now. But Katie, when you think about these areas, I mean, there's homes around there, but lots of places along the way are kind of open spaces where these rocks are thrown. So they could use some help.
Yes, they could. And it was late at night, so who knows? And I think by getting this out there, people might not know that they know something. So
right.
If you were in that area, if you have video cameras, surveillance video, check it.
So many people have heard about it and have been touched by the story, but might not realize that connection. So it's a good thing. Thanks, Katie. One person died and 3 people were hurt in an early morning apartment fire in Lakewood this morning. Investigators say that fire was an accident. West Metro Fire responded to an apartment near 12th and Allison Road just before 4 this morning. Fire crews found smoke and flames coming from one apartment when they arrived. 1 person was rescued from the building. 4 people were taken to the hospital and 1 of them died. West Metro says that fire started in the bedroom of the person who died. They have not yet determined how it started.
There was a bomb threat this morning at a King Soopers in Erie, taken seriously enough that everyone evacuated and the store was shut down. Police say that call came in around 9 a.m. and about an hour later, they made everyone evacuate. Police then gave the all clear just before noon. They say they found no pipe bomb, but anyone with any information about the threat is asked to contact Northern Colorado Crime Stoppers. Well, it's been the mile-high mecca for top fuelers, funny cars, and all dragsters, but now it's heading for major changes. That's because the Vandermeer family announced today that its eponymous Speedway will soon be leaving its home in Morrison.
It's a big story. The family is selling the land at the end of the 2023 season. The National Hot Rod Association said today an event in mid-July will be the last national event at the track. It'll close 65 years after opening in 1958. The Vandermeer family says it's looking for another possible location in the Denver area where they'd like to build a new facility. Vandermeer did make news early on during the pandemic when it hosted anti-mask and anti-COVID restriction rallies. Jeffco Public Health sued Vandermeer for violating health orders. Vandermeer sued Jeffco and the state health department, arguing those orders are unconstitutional. Prosecutors formally dropped charges against Alec Baldwin after a deadly shooting on the movie set Rust. Prosecutors cited new evidence in their decision and an ongoing investigation into the death of filmmaker Halyna Hutchins. An involuntary manslaughter charge against the weapons supervisor on the film does remain in place. Baldwin has said the gun fired accidentally and he did not pull the trigger. An FBI forensic report found that the weapon could not have fired unless a trigger was pulled. Despite the charges being dropped, lawyers representing Hutchins' parents and sister have no plans to drop a civil lawsuit against Alec Baldwin. It may sound like something from an Ocean's 11 movie. Millions of dollars of gold stolen after a plane landed at an airport, and no one is sure what happened.
The video showing a brutal citizen's arrest in Pueblo has triggered a new investigation into why Pueblo police didn't look into the case.